As we move into storm season, here's something most homeowners don't realize after a storm. Roof damage isn't always obvious. Wind can lift shingles, breaking the seal. Hail can bruise them below, and flashing around chimneys and pipes can loosen without you ever knowing. That damage may not show up for months. If your area has strong wind or hail, a professional inspection will help bring you clarity before small damage turns into bigger problems.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm tracking a few of our pages so I can bring you the latest information out there on the roadways this morning. But here's the latest on our visibility concerns. We're yet again seeing the potential for some patchy dense fog across the area. Now, it is very patchy, as you can see here, not setting up just in one specific place, but kind of all over the place here in North Mississippi, seeing down to 0 miles. Couldn't get that out this morning. I need a little bit more coffee. A visibility up in Marshall County, over in Holly Springs, same story, picking up in places like DeSoto County into Tate County, Tunica County, portions of that dealing with it as well. And then Bruce into Houston and down the Golden Triangle into Noxubee County dealing with some patchy fog concerns. So if you are running into these areas of patchy dense fog, temperatures are below freezing. That means it could be freezing fog, causing a light glaze of ice on surfaces like those roadways and your vehicle as you're driving through it. Just want to be extra cautious this morning with that patchy dense fog still around. I'll get my words out sometime this morning. It just might not be until 7:30. Here's a look over in Macon. Beautiful sunrise is ongoing this morning. If you're looking out your window, make sure to snap a picture of it, send it to us on our Mississippi Live Weather app under the tab Submit Your Pictures. Just really pretty conditions, even though it's so cold, and still seeing a lot of ice around the region. Temperatures 24 down in Noxubee County. You can see folks out on those roadways looking good to go on those roadways in Noxubee County over in Macon, especially in comparison to a few counties north. You get up into northwest Mississippi, northeast Mississippi, closer to the Tennessee state line. Very different situation ongoing. Here's a look a little bit further north over in Blue Springs. Take a look at all these MDOT traffic cameras looking at 22 in Blue Springs, looking at a lot better conditions than we have seen over here. Overall, still though icy, especially on those bridges and overpasses. So you still want to be careful as you're hitting the roadways this morning. Black ice still prevalent and possible with all of that melting that took place. What is black ice though? It's a thin layer of transparent ice that forms on places like the pavement, on roadways when temperatures are below 32 degrees like they are right now. So what happened yesterday? We saw a lot of sunshine. We got a lot of melting. That was good. The thing is we had overnight when temperatures drop below freezing, we see that turn to ice on surfaces like the roadways, and then you can't see it. So when you're trying to get out and about in the morning, it can cause for very icy conditions and for your car not to have any traction. So just want to be extra cautious as you're headed out over the next few mornings. That includes this morning as well. Also, if you're headed out, one other thing to note is I encourage you to check the Mississippi Department of Transportation. Their Facebook page is very informative of what you need to know, because we're still seeing closures and they're kind of indefinite, at least right now, to further notice. They haven't kind of put a time period on that. But the northbound lanes of 55 from Batesville to Senatobia, that's Panola County to Tate County, Northwest Mississippi, are closed. And all lanes of 22 and 78 from Red Banks to the Tennessee state line are also closed. So if you are planning on traveling on 55 and 22 this morning, I just encourage you to check that page. Make sure you're going to be able to get where you need to go if you have to get out. Again, it's still one of those situations where if you're still in the northern half of our area, from Lafayette County, Tate County, all the way over into, I'd say, Tupelo and north, roadways are still not great out there this morning. As for temperature wise, we're in the 20s and some 30s out there, 30 in New Albany, 28 in Oxford, 25 in Tate County, 31 Water Valley, 23 in Starkville. Still cold out the door this morning for folks that do have to get back and about for work, and kids going back to school, some of us today as well. As for power outages, seeing these continue to go down, but again, there are still big numbers, especially in places like Alcorn over in Tishomingo County, still 8,500 people without power, 2,000 closer to New Albany, 200 in Lee County. Our really greatest amount, still Lafayette County, up to 14,000 over in Lafayette County. So still watching, again, those specific counties for the majority of our numbers, but still seeing a lot of folks in a lot of our counties still seeing a lot of power outages this morning. I know we saw some good strides taking place yesterday, and I'm hopeful that that will happen today, again, with temperatures above freezing this afternoon. Large-scale power outages, still seeing power outages sitting from places like northern Louisiana, stretching up into our area, and then also seeing a few over in central Tennessee and Nashville as well. So we're not the only region that have folks displaced with those power outages as well. Here's the good news, though. We're going to be seeing some sunshine into your afternoon and temperatures above freezing. That's going to continue to help aid in those melting efforts, get crews where they need to go to help continue that power restoration as well. So temperatures this morning, cold in the 20s, will be in the upper 30s by 11, middle 40s by your 2 o'clock hour, and then back in the 40s by 5. So a good stretch of today is going to be above freezing, along with some sunshine. Sunshine is what really, really helps aid in that overall ice pack. Ice melts, I think we've all learned this, right? Slower than snow out there. It's just really packed in, harder to get rid of. Sunshine really, really helps it. That's going to be coming back into play as we head just before sunset. Not as much as yesterday, but still some sunshine in the forecast. Temperatures go back into the 30s by your 8 o'clock hour. And then we're going to be talking about cold air coming back into play this weekend. So we're really wanting those melting efforts to take place today, to take place on Friday as well, before very frigid air returns for the weekend, where those melting efforts will not be as efficient across the area. So cold air is on the way. Coming up next, we'll talk about just how cold things get for the weekend. And of course, that full look at your 7-day forecast that does include a few rain chances out there as well. It's all coming up right after this.
With the old and in with the new. It's time to save big at Room to Room's New Year's sale. Store-wide markdowns 50 to 70% off, no tax, 48-month special financing. It's a new year at Room to Room Furniture in Tupelo. There's no place like home.
Game day brings its ups and downs. Celebration and disappointment. Anxiety and relief. Friends and enemies. You can always argue over who should have won, but everyone can agree on great food. Appetizers, entrees, drinks, party platters, or even the taste of sweet victory. There's something for every season at Eat With Us restaurants.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather this morning. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. Happy Thursday to you. The time now is 7:08 out here on your Thursday morning. Want to show you a few looks outside here from the Room to Room Weather Center. This is over in the Delta in Greenville this morning. I'm going to step out of the way because you can see those power crews getting hard to work out there this morning across the area, and that includes over here in this shot over in Greenville. Also want to show you this because if you are further south, say Oktibbeha County, Lowndes County, Noxubee, Winston County, your view looks a lot different than this. We're seeing a pretty stark contrast in terms of that ice kind of sticking around of how much we got county to county and different areas of North Mississippi. This is what a lot of us look like in Northwest Mississippi, including the Delta and closer to the Tennessee state line. This is why roadways are continuing to shut down so MDOT crews can get out and about out there this morning. And this is why travel is still discouraged. You can see those roadways, though, some good clearing taking place, but especially in the morning hours, we do have that potential of that patchy black ice. So I encourage you to still be careful out on the roadways. Temperatures in the 20s over in Greenville this morning. So definitely still cold out there. Let me show you another look. This is over in Aberdeen. You can see some clouds out there this morning. We will see more clouds today than we did yesterday. Temperatures in the 20s over in Aberdeen as well. So still cold out there if you do have to get out and about early this morning. Temperatures will get into the 30s by 9, middle 30s by 10, and then into the upper 30s by your 11 o'clock hour. We're fighting with clouds over your next few days. We will see a little bit more clouds this morning. seeing some clearing take place more into your afternoon that will help aid in these warmer conditions, sunshine, melting efforts to take place. We need all of those today. Look at your high temperatures. Will be the warmest we have been since this event so far today. 40s and 50s out there. 45 in Holly Springs, 45 in Tate County, 50 in Grenada, 50 Eupora, 49 in Starkville, 50 Louisville, 50 down in Macon. So well above freezing today. Still below where we should be for this time of year in the middle 50s, but below or above freezing, help aiding again in melting efforts to take place across the state today. Rain chances ahead. We are looking at a rain chance coming into play for your Friday. That's something different than we saw yesterday. Our high resolution models continuing to put a little bit of a wintry mix in our area overnight into Friday. Not going to be impactful, but I'll show you the overall timing in just a minute. That should clear out before your weekend ahead, and then we'll pick back up on rain chances as we head into the middle portion of our upcoming work week. So let's take it hour by hour all the way through your Friday. As for this afternoon, again, we're fighting with that cloud cover, but should see that clearing take place as we head later on in the afternoon and evening. That's good, and we need it out here, as much sunshine as we can get during the day hours. As we head through your overnight, that's when we start to see the system slide east. Now that's going to be across the Mississippi River when most of us are going to sleep overnight on your Thursday. This will continue to slide east as we head overnight on Friday. I know you saw those colors over there, those pinks, those blues. Yes, we could see some flurries take place as we head early on Friday morning, especially for the northern half of our area. I'm talking Lafayette County, Lee County, over into Clarksdale, and those sitting north of that. Could see a few flurries out there early on your Friday morning. This will transition all to rainfall the further south it goes, and the later in the day it goes as well. With temperatures on Friday yet again going to be above freezing. Again, this is very light rainfall. It'd be very light flurries out there. Not going to be impactful, not going to add to your accumulation. The main thing I'm worried about is folks getting out and driving in it, just because conditions already aren't great out there on roadways across the northern half of our area, and then you add in falling precipitation. So just continue to want to be careful out there over your next few mornings. This will be heading out of our area noon and on, and we're looking to dry out and still see a lot of cloud cover for the back half of your Friday. Friday temperatures are supposed to be above freezing, so we could still see some melting efforts take place on Friday, but still seeing a lot of clouds in the area. That's not going to help out that. Let's talk about your weekend. So temperatures on Friday still in the 40s for a lot of us. The weekend, not the same story. We really see that cold air take a dive south as we head Saturday into Sunday. Temperatures on Saturday not getting out of the 20s, middle 30s out there for Sunday. So here's the thing you want to think about for the weekend. Anything that's still sitting around in your neighborhood, in your town, in your yard, whatever you want to say, going into Friday evening is probably going to be around for the entirety of your weekend, with temperatures below freezing on your Saturday, some of us below freezing on Sunday, and clouds sticking around as well. So not great conditions coming back for the weekend. Dry days overall, but very cold air returns, with even some winds out there out of the north, making it feel even colder on your Saturday. As for your temperature outlook past this weekend, going into your upcoming work week, as we head further on into February, we will see conditions return to more around average. That cold air continues to shift off to the east, and we look to warm back up after the weekend. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the middle 40s today, near 40 tomorrow, with that small rain chance for the front half of your Friday. Temperatures back cold on Saturday and Sunday. Overnight lows back in the teens Saturday and Sunday morning. So another thing to think about is those, that are still going without power. We are hoping and praying that crews are continuing to get and able to get out on those roadways today and tomorrow to continue those restoration efforts before conditions do turn back cold into the weekend. However, again, check on your people, check on your neighbors, check on your communities that that are still without power, especially as we head back into the weekend when temperatures drop back into the teens overnight. Past the weekend, yes, temperatures get back warmer. 40s Tuesday, Wednesday as well. In the upper 40s, and then also seeing those rain chances come back into play as we head into the middle portion of our upcoming work week. Make sure to tune in with us. We'll be live one more time this morning. We'll talk about those overall visibility concerns, if they have got better or not for some of our towns and counties out there, coming up at 7:30. And of course, another full look at your forecast coming up then.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.